Hello and welcome to Graham Snackers. I'm still here in my parents' house watching the dog, but I've got another chip that I have to try. I'm here with two new chips. I've got a brand new Dorito and a brand new Funyun and brand new Lay's. Wait a minute, what is this? I've got Lay's Dorito Cool Ranch flavored Doritos and Lay's Wavy Funyuns onion flavored Funyuns. So this is pretty wild to me, and I'm very excited to try these. I have before wondered what it would be like to have a certain chip flavor on a different branded chip, and I reached the conclusion that it would more or less probably just be the same thing. But hey, those mad lads at Frito-Lay's decided to go for it and try this out, and I gotta say, I'm pretty pumped about it. Now, I was first made aware of these by my boy Anthony, so shout out to Anthony. And there's actually a third flavor that I'm having a heck of a lot of trouble finding. They also have Lay's Cheetos cheese flavored Cheetos Lay's. But online, no one seems to have it. I looked at a couple stores nearby. Only place that seems to maybe have it is GoPuff, but I can't verify that because they're not in my area. So hopefully the Cheetos flavored Lay's will come here soon, and I may end up doing a follow-up video with those if these turn out to be good or unique enough that I feel like I should follow up with the Cheetos flavored. Now, I'm definitely more interested in the Cool Ranch Dorito Lay's, especially to kind of wash out the taste of the tangy ranch I reviewed in the last video. It's still kind of lingering, so it'd be nice to get rid of. So, as usual, to build suspense for myself more than for the viewer, I'm gonna go with the Funyuns first. Now, I do have some good memories of Funyuns, as one could probably guess by looking at me. I first tried Funyuns when I went to the Lake of the Ozarks with my friend, and I had never heard of them, and then I ate a whole bag on the car ride there. And from then on out, we would always get Funyuns when we went down to the lake. So I'm curious to see how transitioning that flavor onto a wavy Lay's, if it alters it much, or if it hinders it maybe. I think it being shaped like an onion ring is part of the fun of the Funyun, and I especially think that there's a lot of texture that's important to a Funyun. It's really crispy, it's kind of like airy on the inside, and I hope that this could live up. I'll just eat them. It smells more like a bag of Wavy Lay's than it does a bag of Funyuns. So I'm starting to kind of pick up where maybe the Lay's flavor is gonna play a bigger role in this than I had anticipated. I believe Funyuns is like a corn chip, and I know like Doritos are tortilla chip, and then Lay's are a potato chip. So I am expecting a difference, but the Funyun scent is more in the background. Hopefully it's not too in the background of the flavor. Oh, well that's a Funyun. They just look like a normal, Lay's potato chip. The Funyun flavor is definitely just a little pulled back compared to your traditional Funyun. It's hard to say like how much it tastes specifically like the Funyun brand and not just like other onion chips I may have had. If I'm being honest, if someone just handed me a bag of this and told me it was sour cream and onion Lay's now on a wavy chip, I might have believed them. I would have said, oh, they really went hard on the onion flavor on these, but I think I would have just bought it. I wouldn't have gone, wait a minute, no, this is a Funyun flavored Lay's. Because it does almost remind me more of sour cream and onion Lay's than it does a Funyun. But that might just be because of the actual Lay's flavor, the flavor of the potato chip. Because when you're eating these flavored chips, you don't really think as much about like how the chip itself tastes. You think about the flavoring added to it, the nacho cheese or the Cool Ranch. Something that I might have always just like accepted as the onion flavor of sour cream and onion chip might have been like actually the onion and potato flavor. I mean, I'm eating them, I'm enjoying them. These are good. I am interested in why they chose the wavy for these flavor above any of the others. And I guess it is because Funyuns are so reliant on the texture and shape of the snack they come on that maybe with the thicker chip, it would translate better, and I think it probably did. I am glad these are wavy and not normal potato chip. So yeah, I like them, they're good, but I also just really like onion. So now time for the Cool Ranch Dorito Lay's. Honestly, this one I could see being harder to pull off correctly. You can see on the bag, they got those speckles of Cool Ranch. Hopefully they're well coated and powdered, because when you get that Cool Ranch Dorito that's just like the monster chip that like clearly killed and absorbed the souls of all the other chips and is just coated, that's the good one. If the whole bag was like that, it'd be perfect. Let's dive into these bad boys. Ooh. They smell a little weird. They didn't smell like Cool Ranch Doritos, not at least at first sniff. Okay, after about like 4 or 5 inhales, I started to get that Cool Ranch scent. I was a little confused about what I was smelling. You can see these have some good coating on them. It's a fair coating of flavor on the chip. Probably about as much as you get on a Dorito. Gosh, this could be really jarring. When you smell it, you can smell that there's something wrong. That's very good. It's almost having the opposite effect of what I assumed it would have. Where like the more I eat, the weirder it's getting. Like I took that first bite and I was like, that's Cool Ranch Dorito. You know this flavor. You know, you love this flavor. And I kept eating more and it's like, something's off, something's weird. I'm not getting more used to it, I'm getting less used to it. It's almost like the potato chip can't keep up with the Cool Ranch flavoring. I think like a Dorito is thick and it's a sturdy chip, and that tortilla flavor might be a little stronger. I think holds the Cool Ranch better. Where this, it's almost a little too Cool Ranch, and you can hardly taste the potato chip, which maybe is the point. It's a good chip, but I'm certainly not gonna say it benefits from being in the potato chip form. I'm super curious how much of this is just based on my own bias of like how I know it should be, as opposed to how it is now. Because it's hard to separate it from the original and like truly appreciate it for what it is, which is just like a good ranch flavored chip. Certainly better than those tangy Doritos. Spoiler alert for my last video. And yeah, I'm certainly gonna enjoy snacking on these. The chip is almost too thin. It's too thin to balance out with the flavor. Like I say, it's good. Like Cool Ranch Doritos, how could you go wrong? It's such a classic good flavor. I don't think it's made any better on this style of chip. Both of these chips lie somewhere between pretty and very good, just kind of based on how jarring it is in the moment. I don't think either of these chips benefit from being on the Lay's as opposed to in their natural environment. I will say I actually think the Funyuns are losing the most out of the transition, but they both taste pretty much like they do on the original chips. If you like that flavor and you like Lay's potato chips, you should certainly try these if you can find them. This is such a fun experiment, and I hope they play around with it more. I am very curious to see how the Cheetos do, because that's another chip that's like so focused on its texture and its shape. Like it's hard to imagine Cheetos on one of these, and like how would that work? But you know, I'm sure it'd be pretty good. I'd also like to think if there's any chips that might benefit from being on a Lay's, like if it's not getting the justice it deserves on its native chip. The one example I have might upset some people hearing this, but I think the honey barbecue Frito twists, that is a flavor that is wasted on that shape. This is a hill I'll die on, but anytime the debate comes up on what's better, chili cheese Fritos or the honey twist Fritos, it's chili cheese all the way, because I can put a chili cheese Frito in my mouth, and this might get into gross graham eating method territory, but I can just suck all that flavor powder off with my tongue, and it's delicious. And when you throw in the honey barbecue twists, it's the flavor is locked away in the twists where the tongue can't properly coat it. It's fine, but to get all that flavor, you gotta chew it up, and by then it's been, you know, diluted by your saliva. So it's just a weaker chip. Throw honey barbecue Frito twists on, let's say a kettle cooked Lay's. None of these were kettle cooked. I don't think the Cheetos was kettle cooked. And let's go, let's try that. And if there's any chips that you think might benefit from being in a different form, hey, you should comment with that, because I'm very curious to see what people think. Because this is such a cool experiment and unique idea. I'm super glad they did it. Are these worth getting over their native ones? Yes, once. So I hope they keep at it. And yeah, these are pretty good, very good. They're really good. In the last episode, I struggled with the beer I had to chug because all my parents had in the fridge was an expired High Life, and now well, I've been living here with a week. The fridge has been stocked with some better beers. But do I use one of my good beers for a chug, or do I stick with an expired High Life that I struggled through? And you see here, I had a Schlafly Kolsch. This is the one I was debating. I was like, Kolsch or High Life. And here's the thing about the Schlafly Kolsch is it's such a good beer. It's one of the best beers in the nation, I can guarantee it. It's got huge critical acclaim, according from very biased sources that I look at. It's a beer that I determined like is best enjoyed leisurely at your own pace. Nevertheless, here I am about to chug one. Ah, delicious. All right, I don't have a raccoon, but you want to see my dog? He's a sweepy puppy. I'm a big dummy who forgot to try one of each chip together at the same time, combined. How could I make such a mistake? Anyways, here we go. It smells like a ranchy onion. The flavors almost cancel out and taste like nothing. I am surprised at how much stronger the Funyun flavored Lay's is to the Cool Ranch. I almost expected it to be the opposite. You know, it's all right. Probably better separate.